It's been a while since we had like a poet like feature, like just. I mean, the last time we did it, I guess was in October. We have one in November. So in October was the last time we had like a poet feature. So I'm really excited because I love poetry. We all love poetry. That's why we're here. So she's gonna go in for us. And so can you just tell us a little bit about yourself, where you're from, all of that. So everyone, please enjoy Rowie. Give her your undivided attention. Please be respectful to the mic. Thank you.
Good afternoon. Yeah, it's afternoon. Okay. My name is Rowie Shebala. I am Native American. I'm a Native American poet. I come from the Navajo tribe. We would call ourselves the Diné tribe people. I am right now residing on the Navajo Nation. I represented Phoenix within the past 3 national poetry slam teams. I was on the Women of the World. I was the Women of the World representative of Phoenix. Yeah, and I'm like, I didn't win that. Although I'm like, don't say that. I'm like, and I also, so I'm on tour right now. I like mini tours here and there. So I am right now is changing my whole life to becoming a full-time artist. So what you had said earlier was like, okay, no fallback plan, no fallback plan. Yeah, like all these opportunities are everything are coming back. I'm like, what are you gonna do? I'm like, I really don't know. Just going with the flow, see what happens. So that's where I'm at. I am going to do a few poems for you guys. So pretty much I'm just going to do 4 of my favorite pieces that I have. Some of them, well, I'll just do them and I'll do commentary in between of them. This one is called Red Bricks. It's my 1-minute piece. As a Native American, you always run into interesting stereotypical questions. People would ask me like, do you live in a teepee? And I'm like, yes, I still live in a teepee. I have Wi-Fi, I have satellite TV, 2-story. It's pretty awesome. Yep. What? Yeah. So they would ask me these type of questions. I'm like, really, you're asking me these type of questions? What's your Indian name, or what's your your spirit animal? Can you tell me my dream? So I have all these questions. So sometimes I'll mess around with them. I would mess around with them. Yeah. I'm like, oh, your spirit animal. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna get you. And I'm just like, yeah, I don't know. What's your favorite Pokemon? That would be interesting. So this poem was just kind of a short piece that I did. Just kind of all those things that are coming up with us, and a little bit of history of Native American history. So it's called Red Bricks. How can I write about something that no one understands? How can I explain my culture when you're not a part of it? You'll conjure up thoughts of Disney's Pocahontas, or in their efforts to relate, they'll tell me that your great-great-great-great-great-grandmother was a Cherokee princess. How can I control this much hate of hipsters telling me to get over the past while they make a mockery of my cultural jewelry and sacred feathers? Red paint over white skin, this is a building block. Brick after brick of assimilation. Brick, 1830, the Indian Removal Act. Brick, 1864, the Long Walk. Brick, 1873, the Bureau of Indian Affairs boarding school. Kill the Indian, save the man. Brick, 1890, the massacre at Wounded Knee. Brick, alcoholism. Brick, diabetes. Brick, highest sexual assault rate. Brick, highest suicide rate. Brick, Roana Shebala Yanyansha, Sanjakinin, Nashlen, Dashchini, Bashichin, Twatsone Shache, Nas Eja Chanela, you built the nation with all of these bricks, but I will not be barricaded. Thank you. I introduced myself in my language to you guys as well within that poem. So that's where I wasn't yelling or cussing anybody else while I was speaking my language. But yeah, that was just me introducing myself. So going along with the Native American theme, I try not to do like a lot of like Native American poems, but I know that is part of my identity. But you get pigeonholed of doing like, oh my gosh, like if you're a feminist, oh, do that angry feminist poem, or if you're like totally love, like, oh, do that love poem, or do that single poem. Like you get into like, these pigeonholes, and like a Native American, female Native American, I'm just like, do that one about the wind, and I'm just like, sure. I should do that one about the wind. That's so sad. Anyway, we're not gonna go that. I'm not gonna do that one now. But I was asked to do persona poems, and I'm really working on my persona poems where you take an object or somebody else's voice or a character and you become their voice and you write a poem within their voice. So I was thinking about different Native American people in the media kind of thing. So Pocahontas, like everybody knows Pocahontas and like whatnot. I did this last night. I was thinking about it and I keep on forgetting the Native American on the butter. I don't.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Was it something Lakes?
Land O'Lakes.
Land O'Lakes. Yeah, I'm like Land O'Lakes. Like, do that one. I'm like, I don't even eat that butter, so I don't even know what that came from. I was like, ah. So I thought of Tiger Lily from Peter Pan. I remember talking to people, no one ever remembers Tiger Lily. Like, she's like, oh yeah, I forgot, there's Wendy, there's Michael, there's John, there's Peter Pan, there's Tinkerbell, there's Hook, like all the main characters, and then there's Tiger Lily. And I'm like, okay, so I'm gonna do Tiger Lily. And if you were to watch the movie of Peter Pan all over again, you'll notice that she never speaks throughout the whole movie, not a single word. They have this really horrible song of why the red man is red, which is bad. We were watching it and I'm just like, okay, I'm never gonna like this movie ever again. My childhood dreams is shattered, but yeah. Yeah. So this is the poem I wrote in Tiger Lily's voice. It's called Why I Never Spoke. No one ever remembers me in this story. I'm not what you think I am, and neither is he. Do you think he brought you here to show you clapping hands how to say fairies? Do you think he brought you here because he loves you? He promised me I would have children. And for a moment, the lost boys called me mom. Time passed as the ticking in my belly gave way to crocodile tears. There's a land back at home where the stars shine bright, where the wind has a lullaby sweeter than any mermaid songs. My survival skills came not from him. It was I who saved his life, showed him how to hunt, how to navigate the stars and fly straight until morning. I who cut his shadow free, the closest thing to his scalp. Do you like that present he picked for you? That piece of flame petal that burned orange, the spark that grew in my heart? He named me after that flower, Tiger Lily. Find it interesting that he gave you this present. Could this mean I'm still on his mind? He used to wrap me in his arms, kiss me on my shoulder, telling me to close my eyes, and before I knew it, I was floating, coated in gold shimmer and pixie dust, never landing. I don't even remember what my real name is. This place will help you forget things. I'm stuck on an island I will never call home, but as long as my lips are painted thin and silent, the boys he brought from my tribe will be spared. Did you look before you took that leap? Did you know it wasn't windowsills he let you stand on before you jumped with wings spread, but the plank of the Jolly Roger? Just think happy thoughts. Think if you can sit on clouds and consume them like cotton candy, swim through night skies filled with shooting stars. I'm sure you held him tenderly. He could sell you dreams you wish would come true with Tinkerbell in his pocket. And when he couldn't capture playmates with nets, she was the one who lured them in with the silver lining of her wings. How she glowed, making you believe that she could be captured and admired like fireflies in a jar. Did you ever question him? Where the lost boys go when they reach a certain age? Did you ever ask why the pirates thirst for his throat? I fed the men of my tribe stories issued by him as treaty that I had escaped back at home, promising my silence, never exposing how the lost boys become lost when they reach a certain age. Look where you stand. I am no Indian princess. I am not the simple red girl you think I am. Do you remember when you ran to your parents for protection? Is growing up really so bad? Are you really here for you? Ask yourself. Are Hooks what you should really run from? Is he really what you think he is? Tell me, Wendy, darling, have you seen your brothers lately?
Thank you.
Woo!
So, I have two poems. I have one that I am going to end with that I like doing, but I giggle throughout that poem, and so we'll get there. But leave this up to the audience. I have two poems I have in mind. One of them is for our military people. I dated a Marine, and this was kind of about his PTSD. And I have another one where it's about my little sister and her dating a guy who was just horrible. But she wanted. I told him I'll write a poem about this, and she was just like, but your poems are mean. And I'm like, I'll write a nice poem about it. So if you guys want to hear the sister poem or the military poem, military? All right. Sorry, I heard military first. Alright, this is called Women of War. You came back. A relentless machine set in combat mode. The service turned you into a product that turns ordinary men into killing appliances. You can't manage the difference between reality and memory. You see yourself tainted with stains that soap can't wash clean, and you're too scared to touch the women in your life with such dirty hands and too proud to admit your polluted grasp. You fought for a government that had taken your souls and traded it for medals, parades, blood, sweat, weeping mothers, sisters, daughters, and lovers. Their priority was full of vanity, glamour, and pop culture. Living or dying was not a matter of question. It was only to serve in this brotherhood of Uncle Sam's misguided children. You have been conformed into a product of nightmares, flashbacks, and triggers, which was a direct post-traumatic stress disorder. I have seen you watch others in their daily lives have conversations with civilians and not see them eye to eye because that 2020 vision of yours is lost in the wasteland of sand, scorching sun, and to the sound of bullets and explosions. Watching this on my reality TV show, I have this to say. Give us back our men. Give us back our men you have taken away and washed away their mind with combat detergent, only returning toy soldiers into our homes where every day was a rerun of a child playing G.I. Joes but with real guns and real grenades exploding memories into their hands. We prayed for them to come home with the same spirit, the same touch and calming voice, but instead you brought us with walking ashes and shaky hands and raspy voices, and now my tongue is doused with gasoline ready to light this match because I had to watch my every step and walk on broken mirrors that were shattered with his reflection, trying to fill the vacant void in his eyes with all of my love, which I hoped would have been enough, but because of the detriment you gave him, he pushed me away. Because he believed he didn't deserve any type of joy, which was just one sacrifice you assimilated into his daily life. Give us back our fathers, sons, brothers, and lovers, because after they're done working for you, we have to put them back together, and they're not easy to reassemble. To our men who walk the wasteland of sand, snow, and the deepest part of the jungle, only to return with partial pieces of your soul, we still love you. Know that you deserve happiness, that your everyday life should not be filled with sorrow, anger, or shame. Come home. I say this not to the hollow man that is walking away from me. I say this to the spirit that's far away, and far away is just too far away, so come home. Calm yourself with the water that the women who love you set in front of you. Breathe in the air and exhale all those toxins of gunpowder, explosive residue, and stop wandering. This is where you'll find your strength again, in the arms where you are always safe. Thank you. It's colder than I thought. I'm all like, Vegas, it's gonna be warm. I get to wear my dress, and now I have to bring jacket. And I'm like, it's cold. Yeah, Arizona, Phoenix is hot and warm, and it was kind of cool too, but where I'm from in northern Arizona, we still get no snow, and we get all the seasons, so I'm all like, yes, I get to be in warm weather, and I'm like, no, I'm still cold. So, I was on the 2013 Phoenix Slam team this past year. We went to Boston, and my team, we're a very diverse team, and they gave me a nickname. We have so many different types of conversations. The nickname that they gave me was Prude Panda. Yes, Prude Panda. I giggle. I still blush when people are like, oh yeah, sex. I'm like, ha ha ha. Why did you say that? I'm like, oh, penis. I'm like, ha ha ha. Oh, vagina. You can stop now. That's too much. TMI. I don't need to know anymore. So they call me Prude Panda. And every time they talked, would say something like Prude Panda disapproves, so that's a hashtag now on Facebook and everything. Prude Panda disapproves. I'm like, yes, I do. So they challenged me to write erotic poetry or sexy poetry, and so I can do this. I can write a sexy poem. I can write a sexy poem. But in order way for me to do it, I have to do it in a persona poem because it's not my voice, it's the other thing's voice. It's not me talking, it's them. It's them. So I did this one food thing, pumpkin cheesecake ice cream. It's a Ben & Jerry's pumpkin cheesecake ice cream. I wrote this poem about a year ago, never tasted the ice cream. I just did research on the ice cream and what everything was, the ingredients. I'm like, oh, that sounds so good. Like, I love all of those things. Pumpkin, past November, I finally actually got to have pumpkin cheesecake ice cream, and I'm like, oh my god, that's pumpkin cheesecake. I actually went in the Ben & Jerry's, and I'm like, just, and they're like, what do you want? I'm like, that. They're like, which one? I'm like, that. I can't say its name, it's just too powerful. So, my friend Randy was with me, and he heard me do this poem, and he's just like, she wants pumpkin cheesecake ice cream. And then I'm just sitting there with the cone, I'm like, I'm like, okay, I'm like, I got to like, remember this moment and everything. So, yeah, so this is my pumpkin cheesecake ice cream persona poem. If I giggle, please giggle with me, at me. I tend to do that. So like again, Fruit Panda, pumpkin cheesecake. Yeah. Okay. So, and this will be my last poem. Thank you guys for having me so much. I do have chapbooks for sale and CDs. So if you guys want one of those, I can't stay very long because I have to get back to Arizona. So. But so far, everything that I've heard was amazing. I really liked the text messaging because I'm all like looking at my phone, like, does she know what I'm doing right now? Like, damn. Okay, but yeah, that was an awesome poem. So, and all of you guys were very beautiful. So, here's pumpkin cheesecake ice cream. And thank you for having me as well. Okay, pumpkin cheesecake ice cream. I gotta get into sexy mode. Hold on.
I'm sorry. Got this.
This one over here, I'm like, okay, hair, no. I want to melt in your mouth. I want to melt in your mouth. I know you've tasted cherries. Twisted stems into knots with your tongue. Audience fantasizing how your lips could leave their backs in arcs. I imagine you indulging in chocolate-covered strawberries, eat a peach for hours, sipping on mangoes. These pleasure foods are meant to be eaten with your lover. Lately, you've been walking up and down my aisle, broken-hearted and looking for something to fill your lonely sheets. I've seen you stop several times in front of my glass door, not wanting to collapse with a pint of something plain and simple, like vanilla and sprinkles. You know, vanilla is an aphrodisiac, and sprinkles, well, it's a little too masochistic because it reminds you of her cookies and cream. Then you see my creators' names. What better way to find solace in a couple of guys who know what men's taste buds crave with their ice cream stripper names. Like Cherry Garcia, Caramel Sutra, Late Night Snack, and I just remember this one, Chunky Monkey. Dollar bills and change in your pocket. When they made me, they knew that too much of a good thing could be hazardous, so they limited me to a season. Oh, baby, you've yet to taste spice like this. Dust off the frost of my lid. Give me 12 minutes of foreplay, allowing me to thaw, inhale the aroma, anticipate a B flat. As your spoon cuts into me slowly and smoothly, feel the texture as I go down your throat. Liquid silk. Sorry, I always get liquid silk. I'll leave you gripping tablecloths like bed sheets. Can you feel your palate stimulated by the cinnamon of my graham cracker crust? The sensation of cheesecake glide along your cheek as I come, complete with swirls. Swirls. Cinnamon. I know! Okay, as you come complete with swirls, your ecstasy will bring you back for another spoonful. Oh, yes, honey. I am thick, creamy, and buttery. I am your burlesque dancer on a spoon, a little tease with a whole lot of flavor. I can't promise you that I'll be here forever. In fact, I am here until you lick my carton clean. I can't guarantee you that you won't get hurt, but I do guarantee that every brain freeze will be as good as the first So come on. So come on. Open my glass door. Take me home and I'll show you what my 31 flavors of what autumn tastes like. She broke your heart. They call me comfort food for a reason. What are you waiting for? Let's check out. My label reads, limited time only. Thank you guys so much.
That was amazing. That was like,
I love it.
I don't know, like that was really, really good poetry right there. I want to take that and do that as a monologue. Like I feel like you should. No, really, like that is a great monologue. I want all my theater friends to hear it. You're amazing. I love you. That was awesome. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. Everyone, like she said, she does have her chat book. She's a traveling artist. She's trying not to have a fallback plan. So if you want to support her, please go see her and you know do all of those great things. All right, so.